Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Luke. It's been a while. It's been 3 months since I posted on this channel. We started a podcast. That was pretty fun. If you haven't seen that, we've got a podcast channel, link in the description. But also, I've just been doing other stuff. I've been busy. Now, it's still been YouTube. There's been some changes that I've made where I'm still spending every day, all day on YouTube, just not on my channel. We'll get more into that in a little bit. But guys, it is nice to see you back. Now, if that at all sounds like I'm going through something or I'm having a mental breakdown, be rest assured that I am, and you guys are along for the journey, and this is gonna be exciting. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna go get some food, we're gonna get some lunch, and I'm gonna update you guys on a couple things in my life that are not that important, and if you guys care, I appreciate it. If you don't, totally get it. This channel I haven't posted in 3 months, so if you don't watch this video, no problem. So let's talk about what I've been up to for the past 3 months. So I've done this for quite a bit longer than just the last 3 months, but for the last 3 months, I've really been kind of going full time with it. I edit for some other channels here on YouTube. One's got 1 million subscribers. They average about 800,000 to 1 million views per video. They're killing it, but they're massive projects. These are like really long videos that I spend a lot of time on, but I enjoy it. I love it. It's a different style. I feel like I'm learning a lot more about YouTube and just kind of like how other channels operate, but it's taking up more time than I ever expected, but I'm making money at it and I enjoy it. And so I go back and forth on, okay, why am I spending so much time on other people's content when I could make my own content where I go to In-N-Out Burger and I sit in my car and talk to you? But it's the impact, it's the weird feeling of YouTube, and a lot of creators go through this where you feel like, what is the point? Like, you guys watching this video, if you're being entertained right now, I guess that's the point. But for me, it's like, why would anybody care? Why would anybody want to sit in my car and watch me eat a cheeseburger? I just feel like the answer is, in my head, always they don't. No one cares. That being said, I'm kind of conflicted, and I go back and forth on, do I want to spend more time? I could probably add one more channel that I could edit a weekly video for and make pretty good money just sitting at my apartment editing. I can still afford the car, I can still have fun, but then I go back and forth on like, why even do I own this car? This car costs me a ton of money every single month, and I drive it rarely because I don't have to leave my apartment that often. And so I'm kind of in this dilemma where if I'm gonna keep this car, I kind of have to justify making more YouTube videos. There's a point in YouTube where you feel like you have to rely on brand deals, and that's one of the most important parts to how people make money is they shout out companies. And so for me, I'm kind of in this mixture where I want to keep editing for other channels to kind of have a consistency of kind of being creative all week long for fun versus this pressure of like, okay, go do something crazy on your channel and hopefully it works out. And so I think this channel is going to transition a little bit into more of in the middle of what am I actually doing with my day? What am I actually doing outside of what this video is doing? I feel like I want to bring the camera along to just more, I don't know, normal stuff. But for a lot of you guys, that's probably the worst thing you want to hear, and it's going to sound super boring, but I feel like we can make it pretty fun. I feel like we can bring you along for, I don't know, just kind of what my life is actually like now, and also some changes that I'm planning to making coming up soon too, that I think will be interesting and I think will be fun. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love cars, and I love this car. This car is insane. I love this car. That's why I go back and forth on just go make some videos, easily pay for the car, or do something different. So, it's gonna be a hard decision on whether I keep this car or whether I decide to do something different. For some reason, hear me out. I know this is so different. I really badly been wanting some type of like off-road car. The GX460, the GX470, these are so sick, especially when they're modded. I really think I want one of those as a daily, and there's some weird reasons why. I feel like having a kid and being a dad, you have to justify certain things. And sometimes when I've got Hudson in his car seat on this side of the car, I just sometimes feel like, I know he loves it, sometimes you just feel like a bad dad. I know that's super strange, but there's something about shoving him in the backseat of a nice big SUV that just makes me feel like a better father. I know that sounds weird. If you got kids, you'll probably get it because you think they probably love being in the car like this, and they do, but I feel like I gotta have both, or maybe just one. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot. Okay, when I drive the car, all of a sudden I'm a YouTuber and I just want to keep making these videos so I can afford it, but then I go back and forth on sometimes picking up the camera can be hard. But that goes back to our mental breakdown, which we're currently on, right? We're still having a mental breakdown, but this is some pretty good therapy. Now let me introduce you guys to kind of the second part of my dilemma. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but you guys are gonna have to hear me out. This parking garage, where I live in my apartment, this apartment, you cannot deny that I have the best parking spot in the entire unit. The entire reason I moved here in the beginning was for this parking spot. I actually walked the garages. They're all assigned to each unit. I found the best possible spot, and luckily no one was in that unit, so I moved into that unit. Now it's a 1-bedroom, it's way overpriced for what it is. I love this place, but if I sell this car and I don't need this parking spot to kind of satisfy my OCD, then I don't need to live here, which means I can save money on the car payments and I can save money on where I live. There's other things I want to do as well. YouTube is super fun, but I feel like to do YouTube correctly, you have to spend money. Go name a channel that doesn't spend quite a lot of money, especially in the automotive space, making content. And that's part of why, what I was saying before, I don't necessarily want to make car videos as much. I feel like there's so much more that I can do that's also entertaining, that doesn't cost an arm and a leg to get content done. Like you watch any other channel, any automotive channel, you kind of have this upward trajectory of just spending more and more and more to kind of keep that baseline of people entertained. Eventually, you gotta buy a fighter jet, you gotta buy a 747 to keep you guys entertained because, well, you're like me, you got goldfish brain and you just wanna see cool stuff. But yeah, I think if I sell this, I'm moving out of this apartment. Now guys, welcome to the warehouse. It's been a while since we've been here at the warehouse, and there's some cool stuff for sale. There's a blue Mark IV Supra, there's a red Mark IV Supra, there's a 600 LT, but what we're here for is this one, the Lexus key. Now earlier in the video I mentioned that I want to find a GX 460, and I think that would be the ultimate daily. There's also the GX 470, and there happens to be arguably the cleanest version of the 470 here at the warehouse. Gabe just bought it out of Florida. It is insane. It's got BC forged wheels, BC coils up front. It's got the paint match ski box. It's got the gray interior. Typically they're tan. This is probably the best spec you can find on a GX 470. Now, like I said, this has the gray interior, which again, it's a 2005, so it's nothing crazy, but this one is just insanely clean. I feel like Hudson would love this. I feel like I wouldn't have any problems with him just sitting in the back, kicking the seats. And I feel like it would just be a much safer car than what we're riding around now. Obviously they're different, but there's just something about this car. I don't know why. I think you see them on the road and they're just so clapped out. The headlights are perfect. The paint is perfect. It is just a perfect spec. Now, me showing you the GX 470 or even talking about getting some type of, off-roading SUV, it's not me saying, do you guys want to see this type of content? What it is, it's more or less just me trying to share with you guys where I'm at mentally and trying to figure out what's the best course of action on moving forward. So I feel like I'm making the right decisions. So in the comments below, do you guys think I'm insane? Do you think I'm crazy? Sell the AMG and get something like this and just kind of focus on like saving money and building something bigger? Or do we just double down? I feel like a lot of you guys are probably just say, no, keep the AMG, wide body, put a carbon air kit on it, and that would be sick. But again, guys, let me know what I should do. Also, it's good to see you guys again. I'm sorry it took so long to make another video. I really hope that I can figure out a good balance, that I can keep doing what I'm doing outside of this, where I'm editing and kind of helping other channels, and also kind of bringing content to you guys that might be just a little bit different. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video. I'll see you in the next one.